So, what got you interested in coaching?
I'm scrimming a lot. I'm scrimming like 4-5 level.
Yeah.
I struggle a lot with like I just tend to panic a lot in scrims, and I feel like there's a lot of aspects of my gameplay that I just don't understand enough to be able to improve, or I don't know how to improve in certain ways. So I feel like coaching is probably the best way to, you know,
Nice.
teach them.
Okay. Fair enough. Now, 4-5. How long? Because you said your rank at the time of the form was GM3. Where are you at right now?
Right now, I think I'm like probably same rank wise.
Okay.
I don't play that much comp, but I do play.
Okay. Makes sense. How long you been playing the game?
I started season 5 of Overwatch 1, but I've been playing on and off
Okay.
since then.
Okay. What brings you on and what kicks you off with the game? Is there anything specific?
I feel like I get frustrated with kind of the same meta being present like multiple seasons in a row. Like I enjoy it when it's kind of fluctuating and there's heroes obviously that I'm good at and then I find fun. But when there's characters that are in meta that I just find boring, or like team play is just not as fun for me, I find that it's like hard to stay motivated and trying to improve.
Yeah, makes sense. I assume that's kind of why you don't play as much ranked either.
Yeah.
Yeah, makes sense. There's a certain aspect, like once you get to that level, it can be hard to like enjoy. Now, the problem obviously is like a lot of the time, unless you're scrimming like 4 hours a day, you're gonna need time to develop your own skills so that you can perform in scrims up to that level. But it depends on like what your goals are, I guess. Okay, let's keep looking through your form here. So, what do you hope to get out of the session? I'd like to develop an understanding of how I can practice on my own and be able to identify things to work on in the future. Okay, now I assume that you realize that that's going to involve some form of ranked.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I don't have a problem with playing. It's just I find that it's like easy to get burnt out of it quite quickly if it's like your main thing.
Yeah. So you're looking for advice on how to manage that a little bit better.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
Okay, makes sense. All right. Now, I think additional likes. I don't know. I had much coaching as a whole. Most of the coaching I've received has been bad. Okay, how so? How so? Don't name any names, but how so?
I mean, there hasn't been a lot of coaching that I've received, but whenever I have got it, it's in a team setting, and a lot of the times on teams that I've been on, I'm never the worst player. You know what I mean? It's always like a lot of focus from the coach goes to other players on the team, and if it is for me, then it's just like minute things like, oh, you could have used your abilities better here. Oh,
right. But nothing
it's
direct.
Just very vague stuff. Yeah, it's very
Okay.
loosely based advice.
Okay, and your tank player.
Yes.
Okay, why do you hate your? No, I'm scared. Why tank?
I used to be a main support player, like in Overwatch 1 for quite a while. I think I swapped to tank around the same time that Roku started. Just because I felt like tank was a way more impactful role, and as main support, I was kind of just, I don't know, it feels like I'm not doing anything, or not having as much of an impact to the game, and then I kind of just stuck with tank and improved a lot on it.
Okay. Do you have a favorite tank or two?
It changes quite frequently. I really like Queen and Diva. They're probably my 2 comfort picks.
Okay, makes sense. And you said in the form anything not hog or ball because bad.
Yeah.
Okay.
Have a bit of meta.
That's good. So my respect for you is tripled. Okay, let's keep going through here. So hero pool, long-term, short-term goals. Short-term, I want to be more consistent and stay in higher ranks easier. Talk to me about that.
So I pretty much only ever solo queue. I hate the idea of duo queuing. I know that it's good to kind of like build synergy with people that aren't just randoms, but I've only ever really solo queued. I never really got on with a duo consistently. I feel like I tilt quite easily from ranked, and if I'm tilting with a duo, then it's just not going to be a pleasant experience for them.
Right.
I tend to fluctuate a lot around GM, like whether it's like low GM or like up to GM1, GM2. Like I just fluctuate a lot, and I feel like I go on these massive loss streaks that I just can't understand why I'm losing so much. And I want to avoid that kind of like plat mindset of
Sure.
like, oh, it's just my team, you know?
Yeah. Now, I think it's going to have to do a lot with your mental based off of what you're saying. So I'm going to skip steps here. Because you talk about long term, you want to be contenders, high level play. But obviously, like, especially once you start to get really, really into scrim, and I'm sure you've dealt with this already, but scrims can be tilting too, right? So if you're not able to deal with that kind of a situation easily, then that's going to be kind of a hard cap on your skill. But then also just even on your flat out rank, because if you want to get contenders and you're like, oh yeah, what's your peak GM1? They're like, you know, like that's going to be the end of the interview, right? Yeah. So like we have to find out what's going to make your approach to this better. I mean, honestly, even if it isn't contenders, even if you just stayed GM3, GM2 forever, but at least you don't hate yourself every single time you play ranked as much. Yeah. It's a problem. Okay, so talk to me about that. The tilt mentality, because obviously that's a big topic.
I feel like when you get to, you know, higher elos, I guess, or higher level play to some extent, I kind of just expect my team to, you know, play a certain standard of the game. And I feel like I'll play according to that and then be caught off guard and surprised when I have either shit teammates or just like they have like a different kind of approach to the game. And
right.
I don't know, I feel like I just expect a certain level of play from my team, and if that doesn't happen, then I just don't know really how to deal with that or how to adjust accordingly, and it kind of frustrates me when it just snowballs into a loss. Or...
Can you give me an example that comes to mind recently? Do you have any examples?
So like, so I think I played a game like earlier today that was like I was trying to play I think it was Rialto or something. We were struggling to like get past against a Doom team, and like my entire team was just like chasing the Doom around back into our like first point spawn.
Yeah.
And it felt like I was just kind of left alone to try and 1v4.
Right.
Pretty much.
Right.
I don't know. And that kind of situation, it just I don't know. It's kind of a bad example, but that kind of situation where I'm just like expected to 1vx, and my team's just like okay with them AFKing or something, or like chasing somebody around spawn, or just doing some random shit on the flank. I feel like it's just I don't understand why I can't like have help up in like on objective or whatever it is that I want to like do in my head.
Right.
I just struggle with like the splitting of teams, or I don't know. It's hard to.
Let me give you a good analogy. How much do you follow football?
Vaguely.
Okay. So there's like, you know, like all the different strategies they have with like how they control space and they take shots and stuff like that. There's like whole philosophies of it, right? Some teams will play with one strategy, some will play aggressive goalies, sometimes will play aggressive forwards, that kind of a thing. The idea is that like in ranked is you're like basically playing with a completely different strategy with like 5 different players that may all have a different idea of how they get value, and they may all work, but they might not all work together at the same point in time. And that's also ignoring the fact that some people are just going to make mistakes. Like they're just going to have a bad game where the RNG dice is going to roll, and your honest going to have like a 10% sleep dart accuracy. You know what I'm saying? Whereas the previous game she had 9. That's just how things go. So what my point is that not necessarily do you need to be like completely shifting your playstyle around your teammates. You know what I'm saying? My point is that you need to just either, number one, pay attention to like what actions they're taking and complement those actions as best as you can, or to do something that is just objectively good value 24/7 and let the dice roll as it may. So in other words, if your team is chasing Doomfister on the spawn and you're expected to 1v4, all right, you got 2 options. You either complement what they're trying to do, or you 1v4. And you do so, and you look at it like, what hero were you playing on that map?
I think I played a couple of different things like Ram or Zarya.
Okay, at that point in time, what were you playing when they're chasing Doomfist and spawn?
I think I was on Zarya then.
Okay, so what was your bubble management like to 1v4? You know?
It was alright. Average like 50-60 energy, but it's
yeah. But I guess each individual circumstance of bubble, was it good? How are your mechanics? You know what I'm saying? Were you positioning properly around the situations, right?
I think my positioning probably wasn't good.
Okay. Okay. So that's what we have to choose, you know,
Yeah.
to where like I'm being put in a really weird circumstance, but because I'm such a mechanical freak and so good with like how I'm positioning myself that it doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter. Like if you put an owl player in a GM2, GM1 lobby, they're not going to sit around and like play around their team, but they're just going to be so much better with their positioning, their mechanics and everything that it's just not going to matter anymore. So like what you need to do is like, instead of like, you have like these expectations. What I would expect is because you spend a lot of time in coordinated environments. But the problem is the coordinated environment is covering your butt cheeks because you think you're better than you actually are. Because and I see this all the time. I see people who are like really good with communication, or they're like really good at like understanding like some like team macro thing, and they get put into ranked, and all that team play stuff gets scraped away, and you're a system player is what you are, but you're not actually good at the game.
Right, yeah, that seems like it's accurate.
Right, and the reason why that's a problem is because it's when you look at team play, it's not just team macro system play that matters. Being mechanically really good at the character is also really important, right? Like if you slapped, I don't know, I'm trying to think of like any random, like I get this all the time. Oh, I'm 4-4, but I scrim, you know, top 500 or whatever. I'm like, I don't care. You're not going to be Overwatch League level until you're, you know, top 10 hit scan. That's just how it works. If you can't click heads in a ranked environment, it's not going to how it works. So my point being is that like if you want to improve your team play, if you want to enjoy the ranked process more, you need to get good at ranked, because ranked is going to force you to improve your general fundamentals that aren't related to you opening your mouth and expecting your teammates to do certain things. And the reason why that's important is not just so that you get better in the team environment, but so that you have something to think about while you're playing ranked that isn't, my teammates aren't playing dive the way they're supposed to be playing dive. Yeah. You kind of get me?
Yeah.
Okay. Because this is a really common problem. It's especially frustrating for like owl players when they're like, you know, yo, we play this comp, then I go with ranked and I'm playing with a Symmetra OTP. But that's why you just play for yourself, play for your mechanics, play for the things that you want to practice, and screw the rest, you know? Okay. You have to be solo focused. What do you feel is holding you back from improving? Mainly my ability usage is bad and I panic. Talk to me about that.
So that's more so like identifying something in scrims, is that like I realize that on characters like Ram or on like Monkey, I'll feel like I either like panic, like I'm not, like I feel like I always have to have a really high output or like a huge impact in the fight, because like to me tank is like one of the most impactful roles, if not the most. So I tend to just like, we're not doing anything actively, so I'll just like throw out my slow or use my monkey bubble in a position where I probably didn't need to, and it just kind of fucks it over, because those abilities are so crucial in team play to being able to like secure like kills or just fight wins, you know?
Okay. So you're feeling like you need to be doing something at all times and it might be compromising your value.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll take a look at it. How many hours of sleep do you not get per night on average?
Yeah, it's not great.
Huh? Why? If you don't mind me asking.
I don't know. I work full time as well as playing, and it's just hard to, because I want to be able to like, you know, stay up late and grind as much as I can, but also having a job I have to get up early for.
Yep.
It's difficult to balance.
I can imagine. I will say though, you have to understand that when you're working on 4 to 6 hours of sleep, right? You're working with your glass half full. So when you talk to me about mentality issues and things like that, that's the number one thing that can contribute to that, is you got a shorter fuse, right? You know, everybody can be a Confucius until they're on an hour of sleep, right? And then, so, you know, I understand you're busy and maybe you're going to have to evaluate things, but I would take a look at that. Again, I'm not saying 8 to 9 hours a night, but could it be better than 4 to 6? Yeah, probably, possibly. I mean, even 5 to 6, you know, like, can we remove the outlier here? You know, I don't know. Keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. I'm not, I would be lying if I said that it's not going to have an impact on your mentality and your ability to improve.
Yeah.
In terms of training time right now, what is it looking like in terms of scrims and ranked? How much are you playing per day, and how often per week?
It's changed recently since my team disbanded after the most recent dive party, but it was like double blocking every day with one rest day.
Okay.
And then on match days, being the Wednesdays, that'd be like playing from like midday
Okay.
up until like 7, 8 at night, and then probably play some ranked after that.
And where was ranked? How much ranked on your double scrim days?
Not as much, but probably 2-3 hours.
Really?
Because, well, I mean, it fluctuated quite a bit, but like not so much on the match days and stuff, just because
Yeah.
there's a lot going on. But on like other days off, I'll probably play like an hour and a half of ranked before scrim. If it's actually for double blocks, it's probably not at all before scrim, and then maybe 2 hours after.
Okay. And then on your off days?
Off days, probably 3-4 hours.
Okay. That's fine. You really don't need to be playing that much ranked, even on double scrim days. If you're scrimming 4 hours a day, I would say maybe an hour of ranked tops, hour and a half ranked tops. 4 hours of intense Overwatch is like a lot.
Yeah.
So what I might do is I might say like a game before just to warm yourself up, maybe a game or two after just to cool yourself down. But even the game or two after is like should be super chill, just for fun. The only time where I'd be seriously like grinding rank is when you're not actively scrimming, and you would aim for 3 to 4, 4 to 5 hours, which just sounds like you're already doing that. So I actually think for you, as opposed to what I was expecting, I don't think the ranked quantity is a problem at all. I think you're playing more than enough ranked, all things considered. I mean, you can't be playing 6 hours of Overwatch daily with full focus. It's not possible.
I think whenever I'm playing ranked, I kind of just like dissociate myself from that super try hard mentality that you get with scrims and stuff.
Yeah.
I kind of just go with the motions. I'm just like defaulting when I go in ranked. And I feel like that's probably an issue with my play as well.
Yeah, I mean, my question would be like, it's fine to do that if you're just like chilling and just playing for fun and just like, you know, getting some of your mechanical things worked out. But if you're like getting tilted or like trying to win or like trying to improve your rank or like even trying to just practice at all, it's a waste of time. It's a total waste of time. It's like a footballer like having like a 3 or 4 hour long practice and then going home and like lifting weights for like 3 hours. You know what I'm saying? It's like you're gonna hurt yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you're gonna and you're doing this on 4 to 6 hours of sleep and work. It's not possible.
It's not good.
It's not good. It's not good. It's not just like, oh, you're gonna burn out. You know, like when you get a little older, mate, you're burning right now. You know, like you're burning right now. So you're gonna have to be more. It's about quality, right? Not quantity. Now, quantity definitely matters to an extent, but you're training as hard, if not harder, than an Overwatch League player, right? Yeah. And those guys are total degens, right? And that what they're doing is not even healthy, and you're training as hard as they are, and they also don't have to work. You know?
I feel like I have to do that much to be even somewhat close to being able to achieve, you know.
Yeah, I get that.
Something.
I get that. It's hard to break that mindset. So here's what I would do. Don't try to change your mindset. Instead, try. Try playing less with a little bit more intensity, a little bit more sleep. See what happens for over a month. Do a science experiment. You know, I'm not saying stop what you're doing right now, but seriously, just challenge yourself I never play more than like 5 hours of Overwatch a day. Never more, ever. All right? I never sleep less than 5 or 6 hours a night. Try it for a month. See how it goes.
Yeah.
Not just, oh, does my rank go up? Does my performance in scrims go up? But my actual enjoyment of the game, my mentality, all that kind of stuff. Try it. And if it doesn't work, okay, I'm a fraud, you know, or maybe it's just doesn't work as well for you. But try it. Don't take my word for it. But I will say, like, I would seriously take a look at how you're approaching things in that regard.
Yeah, that would be healthier.
And I also think that like even like little things like, I mean, I'm a big proponent of taking breaks between ranked games, or making sure that you have your 5 minutes during scrims. Are you actually taking the bio halfway through?
Yeah.
You know, between the 2-hour blocks, you know, are you going to go up and like, you know, I don't know where you live, but like if there's like, go touch some grass, if there's any grass in the general area, you know, drink some water, drink some tea, you know, do some push-ups, like anything, you know. I would take some serious consideration into that. I don't really have any other questions from your forum. Do you have any other questions for me?
No, that's pretty good.
Okay. Do you want to stream through Discord?
Sure.
Okay. Let's pull it up here. Lovely. I can see just fine.
Okay. I think this is the Rialto game that I was talking about before, where I kind of got lost and didn't really know what to do. Doom was just terrorizing backline.
Sure. Whatever you want to look at, we can look at it.
Sure.
You can jump around. We've got 40 minutes, so whatever you want to look at.
I don't want to choose like a code where we just kind of stomp them, just because there won't be as much.
Yeah, win or loss, but yeah, closer game generally better. Now, do you have all your replay viewer settings situated?
Kind of.
All right. You comfortable with them?
Yeah, more or less.
Okay, all right. It might be easier if you go into the options B, press B. Yeah, your options under the replay viewer. There you go. Pause for a second.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, go in your options there, at the bottom right. Yeah, and then scroll down and just change your time skip intervaling from 20 to like 10. That'll be easier, or 8 even. Yeah, that's good. That'll be a little bit easier. So I have like these 20-second skips. Okay, let's take a look. So Ramattra, what you said, talked about your ability usage just a wee little bit, you know, about trying to manage and not just feel the need to constantly be using your abilities. Is there anything recently you've been working on with your Ramattra?
Yeah, recently I took like a lot of time to focus on my Ramattra because I was in team play and stuff like that. I was just throwing out abilities. I didn't really know how to properly use them, and I was just kind of, it was evident that I was just kind of like trying to throw out shit in the hope that I'll be useful.
Yeah. So what's changed?
So it took a lot of time. I've gotten quite good. Well, I don't know about good. I've gotten a lot better at using my slows and stuff like that, being able to chase targets down with my form. My shield usage probably isn't the best still, but
okay.
Yeah.
Nice tracking. Unfortunate. Don't know that I would have shielded that.
Yeah, it was kind of a I don't know, reaction, yeah. I guess.
Yeah.
Just wanted to try and block something.
Yeah. Nice. Good. So far, so good. If any questions come up, just holler.
I feel like I did a lot better on the first half with this than after when I swapped.
I like the initial positioning as well. It's really good. Nemesis form is kind of strange, but that's all right.
Yeah. I think he was going to die that fast. So
I got you. Now, let's pause real quick here.
Yeah.
Where should you be?
What, sorry?
Where should you be?
I was gonna say, I probably should have walked the high ground and just paid for that.
Because you're egoing the peak here for poke, but at this point in time, you got to be like your spidey senses got to be going off. Like one of these hit scans is gonna take the stairs, right? So where should you be exactly? Press right click and show me exactly where you should be.
Like right here. Or even further up, honestly. If we can actually walk up.
That feels a little bit ambitious, but even if it's just right above the bridge, above the arch, doing exactly what you're doing right now, but move your camera to the left. Right. Now move it forward. Just directly through the wall. Right here. Yeah, right here. Right. Even here, even here would be good, or right where your Genji is, like you were saying. Totally fine.
Yeah.
Do not let these guys take this space. You cannot let the Cassidy have here. Like I look at this here and I'm like legitimately concerned that you guys might just like straight up lose the fight now.
I think we might actually.
I mean, it depends on the ult situation mostly, but like the problem with what you're doing right now is you're like, oh, I'm putting out pressure, but this Doomfist doesn't care about you. The Doomfist will be able to go right past you whenever he wants to, right? So you're not really holding space on him very much, and the DPS are already working their way around you as we speak. So just keep that in mind. Think about where they want to be, position yourself there. Especially as a brawl tank, you have to position where they want to go because that's your strength, right? Is to stop them from going from where you want to go. Like yeah, this is crazy. Like this Ana is just not a threat right now, right? Like it's all about like I appreciate you trying to pressure a squishy, like that's fine. But remember, you have already forced her to position where she is right now, right? Even going back, click back 8 seconds, right? Yeah, perfect. Looking at her positioning here, she's not really much of a threat right now. So then play a little bit more. So you tell me, 3, 2, 1, pause. What squishies and what space matter right now? Press right click.
Yeah, these guys are gonna do a lot.
Right. This duel, the soldier on the flank, the Cassidy on the high, those two, I guess, duels, for lack of a better term, are gonna determine how this fight goes. If this soldier flank or this Cassidy flank gets value, I think this fight's lost. You know, and you could tell that this is a problem because how easy is this Ana to reach?
Not very.
Okay, so what's the problem? Is she the wrong target or is your positioning bad? It's a trick question.
Both.
Both, right?
Up here to start.
Both.
Then there would have been a better target.
Right, exactly. That's exactly it right there. You're a brawl tank. You got to find a way to close the distance by controlling space where they want to be. It would apply to Ryan, Zarya, Queen, all of them. Let's go. Now, if this was Winston, you dive this Ana back here. Mercy peels back. You have some serious kill threat. You pray that your team deals with the soldier. But you see, how did you win this fight? Your Genji killed soldier, right? If you even still win this fight. Kind of roll the dice there, right? You got lucky. Again, I do appreciate you going for the Ana, you know, great target to go for. Especially if he doesn't have, like, it's because she didn't have sleep, right? So, like, you know, like, I respect it, but man, oh man, you could position for that better.
Yeah. It was just, like, she didn't have, like, the cooldowns to live, and she was in a bad position, so I wanted to, like, capitalize on getting an Ana.
Right.
It's just, like, a huge pick.
So if it's Ana, position yourself better before the fight starts.
Yeah.
It's fine. I will say that, like, if you know that she has sleep dart there, push her, but just bait it, you know? Yeah. Make her sweat a little bit. Play that corner tighter. Like, obviously, like, you're like, I'm not really scared of her because I have my annihilation. It's not like she's gonna sleep me out of whatever. But just still, like, it sucks to sleep, so don't sleep. You know, like, you of all people should know that. So, you know, just bait it. All right, let's go. Mechanics.exe.
Yeah, like here I'm just like kind of lost.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, you just whiffed punches, that's all. Tracer should have died, you missed a punch in Doom, should have died. And your team kind of fumbled the back, but it doesn't matter, you guys cap, so. I don't know that I would have pushed this hard. Just play your life here.
I'm just throwing out a useless slow here.
Well, again, go back again. So, again, you kind of have this question here about, like, who are you really controlling right now? Ana? Ana, right? Ana's not a threat. Now, I'm not saying go back and peel the Doom, right? So what should you be pressuring instead?
Probably this.
Kiri Tracer, right?
Actually taking space.
Right, things that actually matter. Like, if this Ana starts to walk forward, she immediately becomes priority #1, but she's not, so ignore her. Maybe throw a shield up at her face, you know? But like, it's just not, it's not really worth your attention right now. Let's keep going. Because you're also not really denying her value either. She's still doing what she wants to do. She's still healing, she's still damaging. She still is a sightline. I assume that was off of the Genji dash.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. Kill's a kill, you know?
Yeah.
But again, it's one of those questions where it's like you're so tunneled on this Ana instead the Kiri, like, is right behind you. Now we get the Ana. Block, thank you. Shield feels a little early. So go back just a wee bit. Talk to me about the shield. When should you shield?
I don't know. I mean, I think what I was trying to do is just like kind of cut off LOS from the rest of his team, and then we can just burn Doom.
So cut off the healer support?
Yeah.
Okay, let's play it.
But I didn't really need to use, to be honest.
You missed it, right? So then if you were to do that same thing for that reason, where would you place it? Now, ironically here, go back. Go back one more time. One more time, yep. Pause here, now play. What should you be doing? Keep going, keep going. Right now.
What should I be doing? Probably fighting this.
Holding the space here. Because look at the Kiri Genji's positioning, and even the Ana to an extent, right? Now they're in Kitsune, so you can't like actually like hard ego it, but just play it from right here. Just let it stay, let the camera sit right here. Watch.
Yeah.
You see? See that Genji? You see the Kiri? Right? That's your responsibility there. Now if the Doom is 1 HP, I get it, but that Genji should have died. Oh my days. Right?
Yeah.
So for you, a lot of what needs to be done is positioning yourself to control people, taking and pressuring, tanking who's available, and not forcing people that are a million miles away, or peeling hard back into Doomfist in your backline. You gotta get what I'm saying? Nice, guys. Pause. you know what I'm gonna say about that shield, yeah?
Yeah, it's just it's just a common theme with my gameplay on Ram specifically. Like,
right.
I mean other heroes too. Like I'll just throw out these abilities. Like,
right.
Ram's quite he just has a lot of it on his kit.
Yeah.
So I feel like I have to use kit, like all the time.
Nah, you brought up an interesting point because you said you've been working at it, and at points in time the shield has been okay, but yet you're still shielding like this. Why? It's more of a philosophical question than like a direct question.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just...
Alright. Here's the thing.
Like, yeah.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say, it's like, because I want to have, like, value all the time, being able to do stuff is, like, such a strong tank. I feel like if I'm not using my abilities and I'm just, like, sitting cart and then pressuring him, like, softly, then it's not enough where my team can, like, fully capture.
Right. But that's not the point here. Go back 8 seconds to when you use the shield. The point is that you absolutely should be doing something. Pause, and then right here, pause. Yeah. But this doesn't do anything. That's the point. Now, if you wanted to do something with this shield here, what would you do?
Walk up more to this corner, use it behind him.
Right. Like... Or just keep walking and keep shooting and keep egoing more so than you normally would versus these guys because you have a shield. Right? Put yourself in a position to where you wouldn't otherwise be able to position safely because you have shield. You know what I'm saying? So it doesn't, even if it's not even necessarily used to cut off heals, just play a more aggressive sideline than you because you have a shield. You might have gotten naded, you might have gotten taken shurikens, but no, because I have shield, right? So like my point is that like I don't necessarily have a problem with the mindset of doing something that you, but my point is that do something. This is ornamental. So that's nothing. You're on pay, like do you think this Doomfist Genji is gonna do jack all? The shield does nothing. Play it.
Yeah, it's not worth.
Right. So if you're going to, if you feel the need to like actually, like, let's say you were Zarya here and you really wanted to like push these guys and you had a bubble or two. The bad thing to do there would be to just press bubble. The good thing would be to walk your 1 HP to bubble. Right. That's the good thing. Right. Because look at what you do here. Go back. Look at your whole mindset here. Look how much ego is here, right? You're way in front of your team. So that's the first mistake, right? But if you're gonna do it properly, right? If you're gonna do it properly. All right. I mean, this fight's pretty much lost because your backline's getting toasted, so, but yeah. Every time you use a cooldown, ask me, what does that allow me to do that I wouldn't otherwise be able to do? Hold the Doom in place, split off the Doom's healing, allow me to press forward, you know, rotate, block a cooldown, I don't know. Yep, thank you. Where was this on second point?
Yeah.
You know? You quit, you should have kept going. The duel of all time. Still winnable. As soon as you get your HP back, ego. Ego. Go. Suffer. Oh, he didn't even need to. Nice. Does that shield serve a purpose? Very clearly.
Kinda. It was kind of a bad placement.
I mean, in a way, look, go to that honest POV. Seriously, go to that honest POV. Press F2. Watch.
Oh yeah, forces.
You see? Right there.
Yeah.
That's value. Love to see it. Nice job. What was good? What was good?
About that fight? Or
About the whole attack.
I don't know. I was good at forcing them out at some points, but it just kind of like it kind of just alternates. Like 1 or 2 fights, I'll be completely useless and do fuck all.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like the next, I'll just be like owning the entire fight. You know?
So what are the differences between those fights? What is executed well? What is executed not well on an inconsistent basis?
The positioning is probably the biggest thing.
Okay, what about the positioning?
Like second point, when I struggled, it was because I was down here rather than actually contesting the space that I needed to.
Right.
With this fight here, where we like struggled and got pushed back, it was because I wasn't really contesting anything. I was just existing in main.
Okay. Cooldown usage.
And yeah, cooldown usage was bad, but whenever we won fights, it was because I used them properly and then was able to walk in and take the space properly.
Right. I wouldn't say Ramattra cooldowns are like nade sleep dart level of impactful, but they're important. They're important. So I want you to be thinking like, does this allow me to do something that I otherwise wouldn't be able to do? Yeah. Right? Okay.
I feel like I did like nothing on Zarya pretty much this round.
Pause.
Yeah.
What space matters right now?
I should be up here.
You didn't get a chance to get up there in time. Not the end of the world, right? So then what space matters in 5, 10, 15 seconds?
This corner's gonna matter a lot.
Okay, what else?
Flank.
Yeah, this flank, exactly.
This high ground too.
Yep, okay, let's see what we do. Now, the same thing that we talked about with the ram cooldowns are gonna apply to bubbles. The term I always like to use is earn your bubbles. Make the bubble accomplish something. Make them shoot you, then bubble. That bubble was not earned. Why did you bubble there? Go back.
What, here?
Yeah, why did you feel the need to bubble here?
I don't know, I thought I was going to get pressured a lot more just because their Doom was committing quite hard before and I was his target on this point.
Right, right. So let's keep watching.
Like he was just going to use a lot more.
That bubble was fine. Understandable on your Moira. She's squishy, 200 HP. But you see your positioning here? You see why you have to bubble?
Yeah, and it's just...
If a Doom slams you, and you're playing the corner, and it's just Doom, I promise you don't bubble there. Promise you don't. Only reason you bubbled is because you were half HP before the Doomfist even slammed you. And why were you half HP before the Doomfist even slammed you?
Yeah.
Right?
It's
Go back. This is going to be a little bit slow at the start, but we'll pick up speed. Go back again. Go back one more time. Okay, you see this, right? Play a little bit.
yeah.
Play a little bit more. So you over peak, lose a chunk, then are forced to bubble early again. You see that? And then even here, are you earning that bubble? No, you're predicting. Don't predict. React. You gotta see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You're predicting.
I don't know why I'm bubbling here either.
Nah, you're predicting. Don't predict. React. Force them to take action on you by taking a position that is valuable, right? Case in point, right? This position is valuable. Now you're feeding, but your bubble usage is good. I'll play the cover. And that's the bait. You see that? Zarya's feeding, Zarya's feeding, Zarya bubbles. Zarya's not feeding, they try to punish, they die. Now you gotta be very careful. Okay, I didn't quite get the kill. Okay. Was that bubble earned? The bubble onto yourself?
Yeah, I should have just cared for the Moira.
Well, go back. Go back. Alright. Pause it in just a second. Pause now. Why bubble?
I mean, they're diving here, and I thought, like, I don't know. I figured that if I self bubble, I'll get enough charge where I can probably get like at least a trade. Where I
Sure,
should have just
sure,
stopped her and-
sure. Here's a question. Is your position super allowing you to do extra damage? Could you be positioned better?
Yes and no. Like my positioning was bad like this whole time, so it kind of gave them the space to be able to walk up here. Like if I was able to hold here and play like better like around cart and stuff, then that would be better. But I think now I can't really play up there because of
Correct.
the way that
Correct. So where else can you go? Is there anybody else who can go?
I mean, we can just back more for where our Ash is because she's just spawned back.
Sure.
Or even if we go up here, if
Sure.
we had rotated this way for the Farah, be able to get sightlines.
That would have worked for me, right? Because once again, the reason why you're bubbling here, I promise you, is because you're expecting Zenyatta Ash to blow your head off.
Yeah.
Right? But why are you expecting that? Because of your positioning. Could you have positioned in a way to where the Zenyatta and Ash could not have blown your head off? Yes. Then what would that have allowed you to do with your bubbles?
Protect the team more.
Protect the team more, right? Or if you're going to let them blow your head off, at least earn it, right? Yeah. Drop on the Zen. Doomfist does a cycle, you find a way to push the Zen, find a way to push the Ash, find a way to push the Doomfist. Earn the bubble. The reason you bubble here is because you're standing out in the open. Your positioning is bad. It's exactly like if you were to like stand out in the open as Ram, you get your shield force so much faster, but you wouldn't really get anything out of it. You kind of see what I'm saying? It's the same thing here. This bubble feels earned because you're standing out in the middle of the open. Bad positioning forces a bubble, which then means that they just choose to not shoot you because they don't have to shoot you. Because are you a threat to them at all right now?
No.
No, right? I'm not saying play more passive. My good position can be either high risk, high reward, low risk, low reward, or something somewhere in between. Your positioning right now is high risk, low reward, right? What is a high risk, high reward position? Give me some options.
High risk, high reward.
Positioning.
Up here.
Okay.
Positioning.
Give me another high risk, high reward option.
High risk, high reward.
I think I might have lost you. Can you still hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay. I lost you for a second. Okay, I think we're good. All right. Okay. Sorry. Give me another high risk, high reward besides holding that corner.
So either come up here or over here.
Sure.
But even this. Is
yes. It would be scary, yeah. But you know what? It's kind of awkward for them to push you there. And oh my days, are you a threat? You are a huge threat. Even the opposite high ground, right up. Not the opposite high ground, but like yeah, right there, right. You start here. You got to be like, okay, I'm not really doing a lot right now, but what can you do from this position? Where can you go from this position?
Either down here
Yeah,
or
we could bounce. Yeah,
yeah.
bounce to the.
Just go across.
Yeah, go across. You know, and that feels like it actually like is it risky? Yes, but there's a legitimate massive reward. Low risk, low reward. We talked about it already. Back up. Play the corner. It's up to you. But your bubbles are getting forced because your positioning sucks.
Yeah.
The bubble Moira obviously is good, you know, but yeah, okay. F10.
Yeah.
So predictive bubble 1, good bubble doer. You to back off. I mean, you can look at your ult charge here, right? And that is a consequence of your positioning, right? Okay. Oh, that's unfortunate. Why did you get so much charge off of that bubble?
Because I walked out past this to be able to try and punish something.
Did you do some? Did you earn the bubble? Did you do something with the bubble?
Yeah, I kind of
Look at your
pressure.
Yeah. Look at this just from this positioning here. Watch it. Watch yourself.
Yeah.
Look at this. Look at this. You're feeding.
Yeah, I forced them to actually look at me otherwise.
Yeah, you did something. You did something. And you get the charge off of that to continue to do something. That bubble as well, earned, because they're doing something, right? They're diving your Moira. If they fail to dive, that's going to cost cooldowns. They might dive for it, right? There's a certain risk inherent with the action that you're taking, and so you're responding to it with a bubble. Or you yourself are taking action that is risky, and therefore forcing them to shoot your bubble, right? That's why good Zaryas get charged. It's not just about like, oh, they predict the damage better. It's they take actions that force people to shoot their bubbles. You kind of see what I'm saying? Like if you walk here, right there, you earned that bubble. They really want to hold that high ground. You're saying no. You're going to need bubbles to stop them. And therefore you get 40 charge off of your bubble.
Yeah.
Take action, you know? The hardest part with Zarya is when you're unable to take action, right? The map doesn't allow it. It's too far, too split, you know, too broad, right? So it's a limit test of like how good you could position yourself to force them to take action on you.
Right. I feel like these next couple of fights, I'm not sure if it's this one or just after this, but I feel like I just struggle to get any value and...
Well, I will say, I mean, it is harder on this map because it starts to broaden, you know? Because so it's harder for you to take direct action.
Yeah.
That bubbles, you know, you're just crossing. You're not shooting. You're not peeking. You don't see any damage coming in, you know? I mean, I get it. She's won. Earn it. Go. Earn it. Earn it. You see that? You didn't even have to bubble. I honestly, I might just grab that guy. To be honest with you.
Yeah, I wanted to, but then like team was calling for backup here.
Oh, okay.
It just felt weird to...
Yeah, I got you. I got you. You earned the bubble. You took action. Honestly, could grab him here too. Solo grab there would have worked. I think you're greeting way too much with this grab here. This fight's now lost. I think your bubble usage has been pretty reasonable. You're definitely taking action here. You're gonna grab this, right? You're trying to ego. I mean, I get it. I get it. There you go. I just don't know that I would have egoed that hard. You know what I'm saying? Unless you're trying to force a trance. I don't know if that was the plan there, but he didn't have it. So, like... Okay. Take a position, earn a bubble. You gotta be careful about staying here too long. Go, 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 go. Oh, this rotation's gonna take so long.
Yeah.
They're gonna rotate for free now. Don't chase, don't chase. Yeah, see, they got that rotation for free. Yeah. Risky to drop for sure.
Yeah. And then we just kind of shambles.
Yeah. I think it would have been better there to just be a little bit more patient, hold the position. That way you don't have to, like, you can still get the grab off, you can still get the squishies, you still have a good disengaged position, and you're still holding the space that matters. By dropping, you have full committed, and there's nowhere really to go. Okay. Not the end of the world. 2 bubbles, let's go. A little too much greed. Coach yourself on that one. Go back.
Oh shit.
You're good.
So I kind of wanted to hold up here. I figured that since we just lost the fight, that like the team would be here. But honestly, I'm just unaware of my surroundings.
Correct.
I just kind of defaulted in main. Like I want to take this position, so I'm standing here. That's like the end of why I'm here. But I should have been able to realize that like we're just not all together.
So that's the number 1 mistake. Okay, that's the number 1 mistake. But I wanna go beyond that one. I also want to think about like what actually forces your bubble here. Is it you doing something, or are you positioning poorly?
Positioning poorly for sure.
Okay.
Like I'm inting by just standing here. Ash gets good damage on me. Doom's just gonna pressure.
Are you?
So I use bubble. I'm inting.
Right. Are you benefiting? Where could you position better? Let's say that your team is here. Let's just for the sake of argument, you say your team is here. Where should you go?
Yeah. Hold this corner. Can even push up here.
Right.
Through the side.
Right. I've totally run this Ash over. Run her over.
Yeah.
You know. Again, it's about the question is that like you stand out in the open, giving that Ana Kiriko people to shoot at when they should have nobody to shoot at, and you're not actively doing. Are you doing more damage right now than you could have been holding that corner? No. You're increasing your risk with no reward. Now there are exceptions to the rule. You see a fire strike coming or Junkrat spam. You know what I'm saying? I get it.
Yep.
But you're not getting anything out of the bubble. So position better. Earn the bubble.
Yeah.
Like the funny thing, what you're going to notice is when you have the strategy, you're going to either notice 1 or 2 things. 1, you're going to build charge a lot easier, or 2, you're going to be the 0 charge terror on the back line, where they don't want to shoot your bubbles, but that means if you just completely run them over, they take no space whatsoever, right? There's no other option. They have to pick their poison. Right now, you're not letting them choose option. You're letting them do whatever they want.
Yeah,
that's the problem. And I think if you look back at your VODs or even just play with Zarya with that mindset, you're going to find it a lot easier to kind of figure out what you need to be doing.
Yeah.
The positioning part still will be tricky. Like, what's the best position for you? Is Zarya there? Right there, it's pretty easy. Other maps might not be so easy, but the strategy is not hard.
Yeah. Okay.
But obviously, yeah, play with your team. that was the big one there. Your team's in spawn. Same thing applies here. Earn the shield, earn the E, find value. Like, okay, this is actually a perfect example right here. Go back.
Yeah.
What should you have done with the shield? What should you have done with the C? You have both. You have Nemesis. You have everything. What do you need to do?
Should be able to walk up. Be able to
yes.
use my shield to block off
yes.
the core of the team.
Yes.
When Doom comes in.
Correct. You could totally ego these squishies in that choke.
Yeah.
Completely choke them out. Do not let them take any space, do anything. Play it out and watch, just from this position. Watch what happens. You see this? You see the Ash, see the Kiri, see the Ana? I mean, look at those guys. Look at those. Those guys you should have Suzu Force, Sleep, Nade, Dynamite, Coach Gun, whatever else. And they should have not been able to contribute to the fight.
Yeah.
You see that?
Be able to go up, use all of my cooldowns, because I've earned them by fighting them here, and just...
Right. And the thing is that you could still hold the corner too, like basically 0 risk, right?
Yeah.
You could sit on your Nemesis for him too, and just be like, hey, you guys are stuck. And then maybe pop Nemesis for him, play around Sleep Dart, see what cooldowns you get, see how the fight evolves. Because right now, look at it, right? Look at Bob. You see Bob?
Yeah.
You know what you could do now, right? There's Sleep Dart. Go backline, right? So you're peeling here. You don't need to be peeling. You could have forced so many cooldowns with Shield E, played around your Bob, forced Sleep Dart, and then that on is screwed. It's a lose-lose for that backline now.
Yeah. Because
it's a Kitsune Bob and a Kitsune Ramattra. It's over. This fight should be lost for them. And meanwhile, you're ornamental. I mean, you've got a coal
Yeah,
on their
just
back line.
zero impact there.
You have a coal on their back line. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah. And Doom, by the way, Doom is totally ignoring you. You're not doing jack all to Doom. I mean, look at this guy. This is straight up bullying.
Yeah, just sitting on me for free. There's
Yeah,
nothing
yeah.
I can do there because
Yeah.
the positioning was so bad to start with.
Yeah, yeah. Backline does whatever they want. Okay, but you kind of see how it's the same issue with both heroes.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
So what is the issue? What is it? What is a memorable way that you can frame it so that you will remember it and be able to practice it with some sort of clarity?
Own the space with the cooldowns that I have, so that like I just need to earn the space pretty much.
Yeah.
I don't know how I can put it that's like easier for me to.
Yeah. But you understand it enough to be able to apply it. Okay. Now, do you understand it enough to be able to apply it consistently in game? No, that's impossible. Otherwise, I would be, in Overwatch League right now playing. Right. Obviously, I'm not. So it's applying it in game is going to be the challenge, right? But as long as you can remember it, and that's what's going to make your practice productive. Oh, and by the way, this isn't a ranked thing. This is also for scrims.
Yeah, for sure.
So this is going to be helpful. Okay, this is what I'm talking about. Like why you're struggling in ranked games. This is what's happening. I guarantee this is a problem in your scrims too. Okay, wait, let's skip forward. Let's keep going. Do you have any questions so far?
No, it's pretty clear.
Okay.
On this, we could just kind of. I don't even think we do anything wrong. Again, they're out of spawn, so I can't take the good position.
Yeah. One day you'll get there. Good bubble. Again, it feels like you're just fishing for charge by walking forward, not really actually doing anything with it. And the danger with that is it's like, okay, let me break it down for you. The danger with doing that is it's okay sometimes to do that if you're just like trying to fish for a little bit of charge, but I want you to be careful about using it this late in a poke stage, because you're going to be down a bubble by the time you actually need to earn a bubble. You kind of see what I'm saying? Like you're like, I know I'm feeding, but I'm just fishing for a little bit of charge. Yeah, but the fight's starting now, and you need 2 bubbles right now. You kind of see what I'm saying? And I would rather you be like 20 charge now. What charge are you at right now? I think you're like 20. Yeah, so I'd rather you be like, okay, see, yeah, you got basically no charge out of the bubble anyway. I'd rather you be like 8 charge or 0 charge right now with 2 bubbles than 13 with 1. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You'll notice that these poke bubbles, especially in higher ranks, get less and less charge outside of like Junkrat Pharah comps, because the enemy team is not stupid. You're not doing anything with the bubbles, so they're not going to shoot you.
Yeah.
Oh man, use 2. What did you get? 50 damage out of that bubble? You did nothing with it, and now you're dead.
I just, yeah.
Right? Yeah. Okay. I mean, we don't need to repeat ourselves. We know the issue. Let's keep going.
I'm literally just trying to swap just to get any value.
Yeah, I got you.
I do get the value, but like,
yeah. Do you want to look at this? I don't mind looking at some Marissa if you want. Or do you want to move on? It's up to you.
We can move on.
Okay. We can click and drag.
Yeah,
that's gonna be easier if you click and drag. Click and drag. Press that instead of doing the skip interval length. Click the little. Yeah. It's gonna be a lot faster. Freaking Arissa, man. Dude, she's unkillable on that corner.
Yeah. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. All right, drag more.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, there you go. More. There you go. Okay, let's go. Oh wait, more Arissa. Do you want to finish? Do you want to look at it, or do you want to go to another VOD? We got a few more minutes.
Yeah, I'm just
Okay.
There's like these ones where we just kind of stomped. My Sigma's like probably one of my best heroes, to be honest.
Okay.
Like he's not played a lot other than.
Do you want to look at like 1 or 2 fights?
Sure.
All right, sure. Give me a second. Okay, yeah, we should be good to go. Yeah. I mean, the reason why this concept is so important for you is because, I mean, you could probably guess it applies to Sigma, right? I mean, it's like if you have Rock, you have Shift, what like the Sigma that wins the trade is the Sigma that does more with the cooldowns, right? It's not just about like, oh, I don't want to use Rock because he has Shift. Like, use Rock if you could get value out of it. Like if you hit the Rock and Hanzo leaves the angle, then even if that Sigma rocks you got more value out of the Rock. Like right there, that Rock gives you a big HP advantage. Like right now, pause. What space are you holding by standing wide left that you wouldn't hold by holding tighter right?
Well, nothing that is giving us value.
Right, especially with the AoE spam, right? You can contest that Hanzo and high by just hugging the window to your right a little bit tighter. You can do the exact same thing and take less damage. Take it.
Yeah.
Right? Take it. That rock's kind of dumb.
Oh shit.
You see, you kind of like, you didn't shield until you started to see yourself getting shot at, then shielded. Why? Because let your shield regen. You don't need to. Now I'm going to go back a little bit, go back a wee bit. What's the value of this rock here? Play this a little bit.
Yeah.
Pause, right there. Why rock Sigma there?
I think the reason I'm using it is because I just want to be able to use my abilities and, like, you know,
Yeah.
punish anything. But I don't know if it's used in the best way. Like, I feel like it's not actually giving me what I want it to.
Okay, what would you do instead with the rock?
I don't know. Ideally, if I can, like, take any pressure, or if somebody's walking up like the Hanzo was up here, or the BAP or whatever, then be able to walk on with rock and...
You rock Sigma usually because he's the frontline guy, yeah?
Yeah, he's normally all the way.
But I mean, you look at the battlefield right now. I see Hanzo and BAP trolling the lobby, and you're still rocking the Sigma. What's gonna put?
BAP was just a
right.
terrorizing.
So rock them and kill them, right?
Yeah.
You're kind of autopiloting with this here, right? The rock gets value, but it gets easily half the value that it could have gotten by just rocking the people that are actually doing things.
Yeah, for sure.
Right. So. Shield is good. I wouldn't let it break. That's unfortunate. Good shots on the Widow. There's rock from Sigma. You should be looking. So here's another way of looking at it, right? You just saw rock from Sigma, right? So what does that mean for your positioning?
I can walk all over this guy.
You can ego, and not just that guy. Anybody. You can walk over anybody. So leverage it right now. You have a rock soon. He does not. So ego. Who should you push right now?
I mean, probably walk up on this, to be honest.
Yeah. Screw the Sigma. Screw this guy. Who cares? Go walk in the BAP. Walk in the... Is that the Widow back there? Yeah, walk in Widow. Yeah, go walk in Widow. And then you rock them, or shoot them, or shield them, right?
Yeah.
You're autopiloting with this. This doesn't make sense. So keep going.
Yeah.
The rock the shield hurts as well. Right? Keep pushing. Keep pushing. Don't even shield. Keep pushing. Because again, you have a shift. You don't need to shield, right? You see yourself take a shot, then shift. Earn it. Because if you don't earn things, you'll put yourself in like a downward spiral like that right there, where you're like, man, they're running me over, because you didn't do anything when you had the opportunity to.
Yeah.
You let them stabilize, you let them reset their cooldown advantage, and then now you're screwed. Close. It was a good lead. Yeah, ego. I mean, look at this. Like, what are they gonna do, right? No rock. Guy's dead. You get 1 HP, you shift. Nice. All right, play the corner again. A little sus with the positioning. I think a little bit closer to that little grate would have been better. There's rock. I don't know if you're paying attention, but that means that you can hard ego. I would definitely not be shooting the Sigma, though. You know what I'm saying? Stop taking the Sigma trade when there's a Batiste at point blank range. You know? Good positioning here. Don't even need to shield. See? Don't even need to shield. Why swing wide there? You see that? You see all these like little micro questions. Why swing wide? Just hold the corner. You should have full shield right now. And that should be allowing you to hold this corner aggressively. And if you want to push, now you have the shield to do so. If you're holding the corner, hold the corner. If you're pushing, you're pushing. There's never any in between. One or the other. Good rock, because, you know, he's forward. So, rock. Probably would not be shooting Sigma here.
Yeah.
There's lots of other targets available. I know you're focusing on like hitting that, getting that ultimate, but remember, like, less ult charge, right? So shoot something other than tank whenever you can. So chaotic.
Yeah, it's just so much.
Nice. Now that's a high value rock, right? You see the shift, you get a rock on the tank, completely cancels his cooldown. And the other risk too is when he's shifting, he's playing more aggressively, yeah? So he's in a more punishable position when he gets rocked. Okay, let's watch. Oh, that's it. That's it. Let's watch one fight in the attack. I've kind of just been monologuing here. Do you have any questions with all the crap that I was saying?
No, that's good.
Okay. So a little bit of target priority, a little bit of like hugging the wall so you don't get your cooldowns forced just from positioning. And then when you have that positional or cooldown advantage, what are you going to do with it, right? It's the same theme.
Right.
Nice. Good. See, he just used rock. You see that? So why would you go back again?
Yep.
Go back one more time. So now play it from here. There's rock. What should you do right now?
Just walk on him. Take the side ground.
Right. Walk and shift. Walk and shift onto this back line. That's the high risk, high reward play. Is there a little bit of an ego? Yeah, a little bit. But if you were to do that, now's the time. Nothing's going to stop you from completely walking on top of that Zenyatta Hanzo. And if you do, they will have to drop. So you kind of do it here, but I think you could have hard egoed more.
Yeah.
In addition, I don't know why you're dropping back here. You've earned the high ground. You have immediate access to their Widow Zenyatta. Take it, right? And now look what happens when you vacate it. You see the Zen now? He takes the top.
I feel like when I drop, it was because my team was just like refusing to come up here. They just wanted to like sit in main and default.
But you don't need them to come with you for you to get value. If the thing is between the difference between you being on top and their Sigma being on main is theoretically both of you have access to backliners, right? So you're thinking I have to stop him from shooting my backline. Stop. Who has the better angle to actually kill and threaten backline at that point in time?
Yeah. I was concerned that my team was just gonna die. Like obviously when somebody got picked here and then the Messi went to
by who? Die to who?
I don't know. Probably backline shooting them, but like
the backline that you would be killing from high ground.
Yeah, true.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's my point. The Sigma isn't in a good position to push beyond that car, and he can't even really reach your backline easily. You could very easily reach their backline, and the threats that you're worried about are the threats that you're actively killing. You get me? You get me? Like I get it. Like a shield gets a little bit less value on a rotation, but your backline doesn't even need to rotate here. This is on you.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
You win the cooldown advantage, take the space, do more damage to their backline, force the backline out. That tank is now isolated Sigma dice.
Yeah.
If you don't kill the backline first. The reason why tanks match is because both tanks are fighting for the position to get to the enemy backline. And so you end up shooting the tank. I would have walked in. Yeah. That's unfortunate.
Yeah, I'm not sure why I'm so hesitant to take this space here.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. And then as soon as that Widow's back there, okay, screw it. Now we shoot tank, or I shoot Hanzo, you know? Because she's now rotated to an off angle to where she has terrible sightlines, right? So, I take the win. Oh, you're just egoing here. Love it.
To be honest, I thought I would pick up the Widow as well. But
yeah, I did too, actually. Alright. Unlucky. Stay in the bat. Bat gets orbed. Cover, shoot the Sigma. Play cover, play cover, play cover, play cover, play cover, play cover. Oh. Nice. Stay on the Widow. Unfortunate. That's another situation where I actually don't think you needed to rock the Sigma. I think the Zenyatta was close enough to just take the Zen there. Let's keep going. Charlie Niner. Not even really. You just get run over. Okay. Yeah, I mean it's the same thing, you know, mate. Like it's the same thing. So let's stop there.
yeah, sure.
Let's tank in general. What are you seeing?
What do you mean, like
what are the general philosophy like that needs to improve with your tank?
Zarya
Ramsig.
Well, I mean, just own the space and earn value with the cooldowns that I'm using.
The cooldowns.
And they go hand in hand. So
Yep.
take
Agreed.
space with cooldowns.
Agreed. Okay. Zarya. Anything specific with Zarya?
I don't know how to put it. Like I waste bubbles, so same kind of thing. Like actually pressure something so that my bubbles get value rather than just defaulting. I don't know how to do that.
Okay. Ram. Similar.
Yeah, pretty much same. Just actually go and hold the space. Like Ram's such a strong tank. I should just be owning the space so that they can't get value in the backline, really.
Sigma.
I'll get priority and I guess
It's kind of the same.
yeah, it's just a recurring thing, really.
Yeah. I think the target priority is a good shout as well. It was definitely a little bit of a detail that there seemed to be more of a problem with that character. Do you have any questions?
No, it's really clearly explained.
Okay. Well, the key thing for you is going to be about transitioning that into something that's actually actionable and working at it. Now, again, it might have been like, it's really simple, gotta fix this, but obviously in game, a lot harder because it's about taking that knowledge now and applying it and through habits and not just through doing it in gameplay, but actually like doing it without thinking. That's the hard part. That takes practice. That takes time. So be patient. And remember, honestly, with you, the most important part was your mentality when it comes to rank, being solo focused, being focused on your goals, your improvement, which, as you saw from the gameplay review, lots of opportunities to do that. And then taking a better care of yourself with your playtime and with your sleep time and all that stuff. So,
For sure.
Okay, mate. I will chat with you later.
Thank you so much.